In the village of Nyandala, where the river Njururi curved like a sleeping snake, lived an old fisherman named Mzi Juma. He was not the richest man, nor the strongest, but he was respected for his patience and the stories he told as he mended his nets. Every morning before the first rooster crowed, Mzee Juma would take his canoe and disappear onto the misty waters of the river, returning only when his basket was full. The people of Nyandala depended on Njururi for everything: its water for drinking, its fish for food, and its currents for carrying their stories to the spirits of their ancestors. The river had its own customs, and the villagers knew them well. Never take more than you need, never fish on the night of a new moon, and never throw stones into the water, lest you anger the spirits below. One evening, as Mzee Juma cast his net under the shade of a great mugumo tree, he felt a strange pull, heavier than any fish he had ever caught. He gripped the net tightly, his arms trembling as he struggled to haul his catch. When he finally managed to lift it onto the boat, his breath caught in his throat. There, tangled in the net, lay a fish unlike any he had ever seen. Its scales shimmered like silver under the fading sunlight, and its eyes glowed like embers in the dark. As he reached out to touch it, the fish spoke. "Old man," it said, its voice low and smooth like the river itself. "Set me free, and I will give you a secret, one that will make you richer than the chief of Nyandala." Mzee Juma, though startled, was not a foolish man. He knew that the river had its mysteries, and he had heard stories of spirits testing the hearts of men. But he was also a man who had seen many hard seasons, when the river gave little, and hunger sat at the doorsteps of many homes. "What kind of secret?" he asked cautiously. "A secret that will fill your nets with fish, even when others go home empty-handed. A secret that will bring you wealth without labor," the fish promised. Mzee Juma thought for a long moment, then nodded. He carefully untangled the fish and placed it back into the water. As soon as it touched the surface, it flicked its tail and whispered, "At dawn, when the sky is the color of the first fire, go to the bend in the river where the water runs deep. Cast your net there, and you shall see my gift." Then, in a blink, it was gone. Mzee Juma paddled home, his heart heavy with both excitement and unease. He had seen strange things before, but never had the river spoken so clearly. That night, his wife, Mama Atieno, noticed his quietness. "What troubles you, old man?" she asked, handing him a bowl of steaming millet porridge. Mzee Juma hesitated. He knew that the river spirits did not like their secrets to be shared, but he also knew that in Nyandala, secrets between husband and wife were like shadows at sunset. They always found a way to stretch into the open. "Nothing, my love," he murmured, though his mind was still on the fish. Before the first light of dawn, Mzee Juma took his canoe and went to the place the fish had described. With a deep breath, he cast his net. The moment the net touched the water, it swelled with fish, more than he had ever caught in a single throw. Fat tilapia, golden perch, and catfish wriggled in the net, filling the boat to the brim. His heart pounded. The fish had told the truth. From that day forward, Mzee Juma became the wealthiest fisherman in Nyandala. While others struggled, his nets were always full. He sold his fish in the market for good prices, built a bigger house, and dressed his grandchildren in the finest cloth. But prosperity brings whispers, and soon the village noticed. "Why does Mzee Juma always return with a full boat while we struggle?" they murmured. Even his wife, Mama Atieno, began to wonder. "Husband, tell me the truth. What magic do you use?" Mzee Juma knew he should keep the secret, but the weight of it grew heavy on his soul. And so, one evening, as they sat by the fire, he told her everything. The fish, the promise, the deep bend in the river. Mama Atieno's eyes widened. "A talking fish? A magic place in the river?" she whispered, crossing her arms. "And you kept this from me?" That night, the river heard his secret, and the river does not like its mysteries betrayed. The next morning, Mzee Juma paddled to the secret spot, eager for another great catch. He cast his net, but when he pulled it up, it was empty, not a single fish. Confused, he tried again, and again. But no matter how many times he cast his net, the river gave him nothing. From that day, his luck was gone. His wealth disappeared as quickly as it had come. The villagers, seeing his struggles, whispered among themselves. Some said he had been cursed, others that he had stolen from the spirits. Mzi Juma, now old and tired, understood his mistake. The river had given him a secret, but secrets, like fish, are slippery things. If you do not hold them carefully, they escape and never return. And so, the old fisherman returned to the simple life he had once known, casting his nets with patience, taking only what he needed. He never spoke of the fish again. But sometimes, on quiet nights when the river was calm and the moon high, he thought he could see silver scales glinting beneath the surface. Watching, waiting,